Good morning, Commanders Nation. So, Jayden Daniels, our Messiah, this man came in his rookie year, did historical things in the DMV. Forever entrenched in our hearts and some people in our skin. I saw a dude with a Jayden Daniels tattoo the other day, and I was just like, respect. But what the hell? Well, it's your skin. You can do whatever the hell you want. If he went to chip here in DMV, I'm getting a tattoo of Jayden Daniels. But anyways, his rookie year, Jayden Daniels, Adam Peters and Dan Quinn did a phenomenal job of surrounding him with great, coaches, great veterans, personnel to help him succeed. And I feel like they're doing the same exact thing leading into his second year in the league. They did a great job surrounding Jayden Daniels with the perfect personnel, retaining the coaches. Much kudos to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. This year, we're all expecting Jayden Daniels to go to the moon. He is going to the moon this year. He's gonna not like Katy Perry and her freaking airhead ass floating around the moon. No, not like that. I meant he's gonna take that next step to be an MVP talks. I think much of that will be credited obviously to Jayden, but also to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn for what they did, the job they did. So John Keim dropped an article today at 6:00 in the morning, dude. This man putting in that work, 6 a.m. on a Saturday. Jeez, I need to do. I'm over here yammering about freaking Katy Perry's galactic space travel. Meanwhile, this guy's giving you the stats. John Keim is a dude. John Keim is the gospel. But he dropped an article today regarding the job that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn did this offseason surrounding Jayden Daniels with great talent, personnel, coaches. And I'm going to hone in on it, honestly. I'm going to echo a lot of it, and I'm going to add some more of my my little shitty thoughts. But, yeah, man, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. So the first thing that John Keim said, and I really, I feel like I should share this with y'all, but, he said that we finished 5th in scoring and 7th in yards last year. This season will present more challenges because, apparently we're playing 8 games against defenses that finished top 7 in scoring. Again, those are last year's defenses. We all know things change year by year, but figured I should share that with y'all. We're going to face some tough defenses this year. Plus, we're in the NFC Beast. So, But, yeah, man, the first thing that John Keim hones in on, and I thoroughly agree with him, is how we improved the O-line. We all know the O-line is imperative to a quarterback, especially a rookie, young quarterback, a second-year quarterback. And, it can make or break a quarterback. I'm stating the obvious right now. We all know this, but I want to read some stats that he provided. We all know we traded for Tunsil. We drafted Josh Connerly in the first round. He said this will allow us to move Brandon Coleman, a third-round pick. We all know Brandon Coleman. What the fuck? Who started 15 of our 20 games at left tackle to guard. So he's insinuating it. So he's saying a position multiple scouts and analysts said that he was a better fit for him coming out of college. So we've all been saying this. Josh Connerly Jr. is going to man the right tackle. Brandon Coleman looks like he's going to man the left guard, dude. It looks like he insinuated himself. He didn't outright state it, saying they are moving him to guard. He's saying that it's a prime move to move him to guard. So, I'm really excited about Brandon Coleman, man. But anyways, I figured I should share that with y'all. He also said that, last year, Daniels was pressured on 32.6% of his throws, ranking 22nd in the NFL. And that jumped to 34.4% over the past 5 games. Daniels himself, the average time in the pocket last year was 2.48 seconds, which was marked 18th in the NFL, and he was sacked 47 times last year, 5th most in the NFL. But one thing I want to talk about is, his mentality regarding scrambling, running the ball. By he, I mean Jayden Daniels. Obviously, that's going to affect him in his mentality there. Daniels led the NFL last year with 70 scrambles last year, 19 more than any other quarterback. Jayden Daniels, to me, is a pocket passer first, then scramble if need be. Fortunately, he had to scramble a lot last year, But that's one thing with the offensive line that I want him to, not solely rely on scrambling. That can lead to injuries. Thank God he didn't get injured last year. Knock on wood. Shit, it's not wood. It's fucking plastic. Knock on wood. Knock on wood somewhere, please. But O-line, imperative. And we did it with getting one of the best left tackles in the league, a nice young stud right tackle, moving Brandon Coleman over to left guard. Sam Cosmi hopefully is going to come back early in the season. If not, Nick Allegretti, I'm assuming, is going to be at right guard. If not, maybe Andrew Wiley. We don't know yet. But yeah, man, let's move on forward. So that's one way we improved. The second way we improved, playmakers. Adam Peters got Deebo Samuel. Contract year, this man's hungry. He doesn't want freaking Cuban sandwiches. He wants slants. He wants screens. He wants bubble screens. That's what Deebo Samuel wants this year. So, dude, Deebo Samuel's on the cusp of if he stays healthy, he can do it for us. He can do it. And then we drafted Jalen Lane in the 4th round. I love that pick. Luke McCaffrey, another year in the system, another year being a wide receiver. Our wide receiver room, I made a video about this, is going from ashy to classy. We now have weapons. We can now have dudes 4.3, 4.40 and Jalen Lane. Terry McLaurin's going to be there. We were ranked 22nd in pass plays with 20 or more yards last year. And we got a guy like Deebo Samuel, explosive player, who has recorded 55 such plays of 20 or more yards, which ranks 18th most in the NFL since 2001. My bad. So, we got one of the most explosive players in the league, if healthy, and also if he's motivated, which he is. And I also spoke about, and John Keim said it right here, Jalen Lane's not going to only produce on the offensive side. Special teams is going to be his bread and butter as well. He averaged 10.2 yards per return in Virginia Tech last season, and I'm thinking he's going to be our punt returner this year. I think he is, dude. We got the playmakers. Jayden Daniels last year didn't have that many playmakers. But yeah, that's kudos to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. Great blend of getting a guy, a veteran in Deebo, getting a nice young, our first round pick was a nice young tackle. We got a guy in the 4th round who, to me, is being slept on. Not by us, by the NFL. So I really like the Jalen Lane pick. And last thing that John Keim honed in on. Oh, no, before I do that, I want to talk about something that he didn't hone in on as much, but I think deserves more credit. Zach Ertz. We brought back Zach Ertz. Now, some people are just like, Zach Ertz, and I get it. No yak Zach. I'm still not over the Pittsburgh Steelers loss. But Zach Ertz is a great veteran. Zach Ertz did his thing late into the season and into the playoffs. Granted, I like Ben Sinnott. I really do. I want to get a lot of snaps this year. But, obviously Zach Ertz is in the way. John Bates. But even then, is Zach Ertz, just his overall presence in the locker room will be imperative to Jayden Daniels. Consistency is key. Consistency with teammates around him. Zach Ertz was a great signing last year. He's a great leader. People look up to him in the locker room. So if he doesn't produce, because he's getting up there in age this upcoming season, just his overall presence, bringing him back, to me, that's a great thing. Great thing. So Zach Ertz, man, whether you like him or not, he's just an overall net positive for this team. I still want Benson out to play, though. But Zach Ertz, as of right now, he's our best pass-catching tight end, which isn't saying that much, but he did his thing last year. He was really solid. So, yeah, man, Zach Ertz, bringing him back was awesome. Play callers. John Keim said this, and I thoroughly agree with him, dude. Play callers. We've retained our play callers, not just Cliff Kingsbury. He's saying right here that, when we set up our coaching staff last year, obviously we knew if Jayden Daniels balled out, Cliff Kingsbury will be a hot commodity. They were saying right here, he would be a one and done in Washington. But Kingsbury didn't leave. And that's kudos to, honestly, Dan Quinn for building a great team atmosphere and letting Kingsbury know, dude, he feels like he's missing out if he goes somewhere else. Granted, he probably didn't have the offer he wanted. Had he got the offer he wanted, he probably would have dipped, honestly. But still, he chose to stay here. So, and also, I want to read this part right here that it's a little bit nuggets. Daniels clicked with the staff really well last year. He said that he conducted early morning walkthroughs 3 days a week with Kingsbury and quarterbacks coach Tavita Pritchard. Daniels would text them and assistant quarterbacks coach David Blow often. I hope I'm saying his name right. He also had fun with them. Every Friday, him and Blow would compete in a quarterback version of horse, throwing a ball into a net with 3 targets. They talked trash quite often during those times. Daniels also said that Blow, only 29 and an NFL quarterback as of recently as 2023, knew how to motivate him. I hope I'm saying his name right. I have a tendency of saying people's name wrong here in this channel. John Keim. John Keim. Not John Keane. Tom Keim. But, yeah, man. Kudos. That's mostly Dan Quinn for building a great team atmosphere. People don't want to leave. They want to stay. They want to relish in this success that's just primed to happen. That's awesome. To me, that's one thing where I feel like not many people are talking about, but like continued play callers for us, consistency around Jayden Daniels. Adam Peters and Dan Quinn did a phenomenal job this offseason, in my opinion. They didn't splurge and overpay in free agency. I'm telling you guys right now, those 3 things, they both deserve their kudos this offseason. They do. Because usually with teams that make the NFC Championship, like they usually break up the entire coaching staff. They're coveted. They all stayed. That deserves some more limelight to Dan Quinn. I also want to talk about something that John Cotton didn't really talk about as much. The improved O-line will help us in multiple facets. It will help us in the run blocking, hopefully, which will help the running game, which will help Jayden Daniels. I came in, I was just like, we all wanted defensive line. I was just like, I think the offensive line is just as important, if not more important, this offseason than the defensive line. We need to make sure Jayden Daniels stands straight. Doing it there. We did it. I think we did a great job this offseason on the O-line. Hopefully, it should translate to run blocking. Hopefully. And if it does, B-Rob, whether it's B-Rob, Krosky Merritt, who I really like. We don't know if he's going to do his thing. 7th round pick. I really like. The running game should be much better. Not much better, but hopefully better. And in that case, then it will help Jayden Daniels as well. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win there, too. I mean, I don't know, man. I came in, I was just like, dude, we got to hone in on the offensive line this year. We got to hone in, and I feel like we did. So, yeah, man, much kudos to Adam Peters and Dan Quinn. It's Adam Peters' birthday today. It's Adam Peters' birthday. Dude, chill out. Happy birthday to the man, Chef P. But I'm going to end this video. It's long. But, yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Till the next video. Peace, y'all.